The wind blows heavy inside the compound. Ada's standing holding a broom. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her head. Never sweep at night. If you do, you will sweep away your own destiny. But Ada's was stubborn. She didn't believe in old stories. Her little brother, Chigozi, had poured palm oil on the ground, and she didn't want to wake up to a sticky and dirty floor. The lantern flickered as she swept. Swoosh, swoosh. The air grew cold. The hairs on her arms stood up. Then she heard it. Whispers. You have called us. Ada's froze. Her heart pounded. She looked around, but the compound was empty. The lantern flame danced wildly. She forced a laugh. It's just the wind, she muttered. But the whispers came again, louder this time. You have awakened the curse. A shadow moved across the floor. Not hers, it slithered up the wall, stretching unnaturally, twisting and bending. Then the door creaked, slowly, as if someone, or something, was pushing it open. Adi's breath hung. The whisper came again, this time, right by her ear. You cannot run. Her scream pierced the night. The village of Umwoma was a peaceful place, rich in traditions passed down for generations. Every child grew up hearing the warnings of the elders, but not everyone listened. Ada's, her grandmother scolded one evening. Never sweep at night. If you do, you will sweep away your own destiny and pay road for evil. Ada's rolled her eyes. But what if the floor is dirty? Then leave it till morning, her grandmother snapped. The spirits of the night do not like to be disturbed, her grandmother said. Ada's never understood why adults were so afraid of things they couldn't see. To her, it was just another silly story to scare children. But that night, after dinner, her little brother, Chigozi, knocked over a pot of palm oil. It spilled across the floor, dark and sticky. Ada's sighed. She grabbed the broom. I can't leave this mess here. Swoosh, swoosh. The night air turned cold. The lantern flickered. The wind blew. Then she heard it. You have called us. Ada's heart pounded. She turned sharply, but every word was empty and silent. The shadows seemed darker, stretching in ways that didn't make sense. Then came the whisper, right by her ear. You cannot run. A cold shiver ran down her spine. The door creaked. Adi's scream echoed through the night. Outside, the village dogs howled. The trees swayed, though there was no breeze. Her mother rushed out, holding a lantern. What is it? The shadows. Ada stammered, pointing. They moved. Her mother frowned. What are you talking about? Ada looked again. The shadows were normal now, resting against the walls. Everywhere was quiet. You must have imagined it, her mother said. Go to sleep. But Ada knew what she saw, and she knew what she heard. That night, as she lay on her mat, she felt something watching her. She squeezed her eyes shut, but the feeling never left. The next morning, Ada tried to forget about it. She went to the stream with her friends, fetched water, and laughed like everything was normal. But the whispers followed her everywhere, saying, You have called us. She turned around, but no one was there. The villagers carried on with their day, unaware. By the time she got home, her mother noticed her pale face. Are you sick? Ada shook her head. No, Mama. But deep inside, she knew something was very, very wrong. That night, Ada heard footsteps outside her window, but when she looked, no one was there. Shadows danced in the wall. Even when there was no fire or lantern, the whispers grew louder. As days passed, strange things continued to happen. Ada saw a dark figure standing at the foot of her bed. It had no face, just empty blackness. The village wells started to dry up overnight. Their chickens refused to lay eggs, and crops withered. The elders said it was a bad omen. At night, her grandmother pulled her aside. Ada, what have you done? She asked. Tears filled her eyes. I swept at night, her grandmother gasped. Oh, child, you have awakened the curse. Ada trembled and asked, What curse? They spirits of the night, her grandmother whispered. They do not forgive easily. We have to look for solution, she said, shaking her head. The village elders invited every family to the village square for a meeting. Someone has angered the spirits, the chief said. If we do not fix this, disaster will come. They villagers whispered. Looking at each other, Ada couldn't keep quiet anymore. With a shaking voice, she confessed. It was me. I swept at night. Gasps filled the air. Her mother clutched her chest. Ada, why, after all the warning? I didn't believe it was real, she cried out. I didn't know. The chief shook his head. The spirits do not care if you believe. You have broken a sacred rule. Now, we must find a way to appease them. The village priestess, Mama Nena, was called. She stared at Ada with knowing eyes. The spirits have marked you, she said. If you do not make things right, they will take you. Ada's stomach twisted. Take me. Yes, Mama Nana said, they will drag you into their world, and you will never return. Tears streamed down Adi's face. What must I do? Mama Nana, ask her if she is ready to ask for forgiveness. Adi's answer, yes, with tears in her eyes. Mama Nana led her deep into the forest, to an ancient shrine. You must ask for forgiveness, she said. Adi's knelt before the shrine, her hands shaking. Please, she whispered, I didn't mean to disrespect you. The wind howled. The trees groaned, then the whispers came. Will you now listen? Adi's nodded quickly. Yes, I will never break tradition again. A deep silence fell over the forest. Then, slowly, the air became warm again. The heavy darkness lifted. The spirits had accepted your apology, Mama Nana said. When Adi's returned to the village, things began to change. The shadows no longer followed her. The whispers stopped. The well filled with water again. But Adi's was never the same. She had learned the hard way that traditions were not just old stories. They carried wisdom, warnings, and unseen truths. From that day forward, she became the first to remind others, never sweep at night, and she never did it again. Moral lesson, respect traditions. Some rules exist for a reason, even if you don't understand them. Ignoring wisdom can bring unseen consequences. The end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this story, give us a like and click on the subscribe button to watch more stories like this.